Welcome back. My name is Urs, and as you know, I'm a managing partner at WHVP. Today, I'm going to continue on my last video about fixed income or bonds. So last time we covered the two areas, the quality and the duration. On the quality side, we learned that there is a difference between the organization as its own with its own credit rating and the bond as a financial instrument. And on the duration, we learned that the insecurity increases if the period is a longer one, obviously, and that there is also a difference between the organization and the insecurity which comes with the investment into this organization's debt, and on the other side, the economic environment more general. Today I'm going to talk about the currency and whether there are any redemption features you should take into consideration. So when you think about the currency, usually you do the investment in a bond in your domestic currency. But if you're an international investor, as we are and our clients are through us, then you also have to take into consideration what do you expect from the currency you invest in. So let's assume you're an US investor. So your thinking currency is the US dollar. If you make an investment into a bond that is issued in Australian dollar, then you have to have an understanding of what you expect from the Australian dollar, how it develops against your domestic currency. If you believe that the Australian dollar will appreciate against the US dollar, then you will get an additional return on your investment in an Australian dollar denominated bond. But if you believe that the Australian dollar will devalue against the US dollar, then you also have to take that into consideration. And then you might be confronted with a situation where the return might be a good one, but the expected devaluation of the currency will lead you to a situation where it doesn't make sense to make this investment. On the last point, you should talk and think about any redemption features. So if a bond gets issued by a company or by an organization, there is a bond agreement. There it is defined what are the obligations of the organization, but also what are the rights. So the obligations are to pay interest, to repay the debt in full after it matures, and so on. On the other side, there might be terms where the organization is allowed to repay debt previous to its maturity. So if that happens, you as a bondholder will be confronted with cash flow you didn't expect. And so you again have to think how you can reinvest this cash so that you still get a return. So this is very important to think about before making your investment, especially when there is an environment where interest rates fall. It has been very popular for organizations to take on new debt for better terms, like lower interest, and then use this debt to repay debt which was more expensive. I hope I have been able to give you an understanding how we at WHVP look on debt, on bond investments, and if you want to learn more how you can also benefit out of working with a professional and diversify internationally, do not hesitate to get in contact with us over our website. There is a contact formula you can fill in. There is also an email address. You can send an email and we will be happy to get back to you as soon as possible.